Hello students, I'm Shukla Choudhury and welcome to my YouTube channel. My channel is all about education, knowledge and travel. In my previous video on Shakespeare's Julius Caesar Act 1, you have seen the theme and important questions that are there in Act 1. Important in the sense of your examination. From your examination point of view. And if by chance you have missed that, you can check out the link that's given there. And today we will discuss Act 2, the theme and the important questions that is related with Act 2, and you will find the important questions at the end of the video and at the end of each scene. So be very careful and watch the video till the end. Act 2 is in the middle of the night and Brutus is alone in his garden. He has stolen away from his bed because he is unable to sleep as his mind has been thrown into disorder by the suggestion of Cassius. This scene is very symbolic, as the darkness of the night symbolizes the confusion that is in the mind of the Brutus. He vacillates between his love for Caesar and Rome, but his love for Rome is greater than his love for Caesar, and decides to kill Caesar for the general good of Rome. Soon Cassius arrives at Brutus' house and with other conspirators, and the plan to assassinate Caesar is finalized. However, being an idealist, Brutus takes some irrational decisions which ultimately proves fatal for the conspirators. He also seems to be a loving husband of Portia and a caring master of Lucius. Now, my dear students, some important questions that you need to prepare from this particular scene, which is a very important scene. And these questions are I've chosen the important questions. Question number 1, what was Brutus' anxiety with regard to Caesar's ambition and what was the conflict in his mind? Question number 2, how did Brutus oppose Cassius' suggestion? Question number 3, what was Cassius' doubts and how Decius tries to meet them at rest? And how did Portia insisted Brutus to tell the secret? Now let's come to scene 2. That means Act 2, scene 2. The raging storm continues from the previous scene to this scene also, and the storm symbolizes here violence. In the previous scene, Brutus' house was seen, and this scene is in Caesar's house. Brutus' wife Portia was seen disturbed at husband's strange behavior, and in this scene, Calpurnia is terrified for her husband due to her dream where Caesar has been murdered. Both want the safety of their husband, but Brutus and Caesar both disregard their wives and proceed with their plans which spell their doom. Even the priest advised Caesar to stay at home as they couldn't find a heart in the animal they sacrificed. Calpurnia even goes down on bended knees to stop Caesar from going out after she heard about the horrid sights in the streets of Rome. And just when Caesar agrees to her advice to stay home, Decius enters and misinterprets Calpurnia's dream. Publius, a senator, along with the conspirators, and a little later Antony all arrive to accompany Caesar to the capital. Caesar thanks them. Irony, you see. Caesar thanks them and even offers wine before they set off together. Now, supernatural elements play a significant role. The storm and the omens drive home the point that Caesar's murder is not an individual act of violence. The Elizabethans believed that the king was God's representative on earth. And the storm identifies the terrible destruction that is brought about when a king dies. Shakespeare portrays Caesar with great skill. Now, 3 very important questions from this very important scene. Number 1. What was Calpurnia's apprehension and how did Caesar dismiss them? Question number 2. What warning did the priest give to Caesar? How did Caesar react to that warning? And question number 3. Explain Decius' flattering interpretation of Calpurnia's dream. Now let's move on to Act 2, Scene 3. This scene is full of suspense and is in a street near the capital. Artemidorus is seen standing reading a paper which contains details of the conspiracy and the names of the conspirators. Being a well-wisher of Caesar, you see, Caesar had both well-wishers as well as enemy, and that happens when you are famous. So being a well-wisher of Caesar, he wants to warn and inform him about the danger to his life. Artemidorus wants to stand at a place where Caesar must pass on in order to pass on so that he can hand over that letter to Caesar when he passes on. So he's searching a place like that. Artemidorus reasons an eternal truth. So Artemidorus reasons that Caesar may live if the fates don't contrive with the conspirators. That brings us to Scene 4. The important questions of Scene 3 and 4 I will discuss together at the end of this video because these two are short scenes. And this Scene 4 opens in the morning of Ides of March, that is 15th of March, in the house of Brutus, where we can see an anxious and confused Portia, who is telling Lucius to go to the Senate and observe his master, whether he appears well. Then she is startled to hear a noise which Lucius can't hear. She is again very scared to see a soothsayer, fearing that he may know about Brutus' plan. So Portia is very tensed here, and every noise troubles her. The suspense of the impending disaster builds up through Portia's agitation in this scene. Now for the important questions to prepare from Scene 3 and 4. Only 2 questions, one from Scene 3, one from Scene 4. From Scene 3, you should prepare who made an effort to save Caesar's life. And from Scene 4, you must prepare, describe Portia's anxiety about the safety of her husband. So that was all about Act 2, important points, key points, themes, and the important questions that we'll need for your exam. So that's all for today's video, and I'm sure they will help you. And if you find them helpful, please do not forget to like and subscribe and share with your friends. And please wait for me for your Act 3. Goodbye. See you soon.